I was trying to find a quote to succinctly introduce our next speaker, AnaPia Brunt, whom I have known since she was 3. I'm not alone in my love and admiration for this young woman, her warmth, her faith, her joy, her leadership, and her strong grounding in family. AnaPia, Ralph Waldo Emerson provided the inspiration for me to introduce you when he said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are small matters compared to what lies within us." Please welcome AnaPia Brunt to give the valedictorian tribute.
Good afternoon, parents, faculty, mi familia en Mexico, all those watching online, and my fellow graduates. I spent a lot of time looking at valedictorian speeches online. However, the only insight I gained was that I was neither wise or funny enough to create a unique metaphor for our high school years. All I can give you today is the truth, and that is that every person on this stage is a champion of life in their own right. We began our high school years not simply by walking through a set of doors, but quite literally pushed through them with the force of 180-mile-per-hour winds. Not once, but twice. 4 years later, we're walking out those same doors, 6 feet apart, with masks on. I'd like to start by thanking all the amazing people who have helped us along the way. First, to the teachers. Thank you for humoring our youthful ignorance. It couldn't have been easy having to hear our protests about everything from the uselessness of calculus to why the sky is blue. Our teachers encouraged grit. As my brother accurately stated one day, "No matter where I run, I can't escape Silva's work." Not only did they push us to work harder academically, but they taught us through example. Miss Ventura would stay up at odd hours making her own Khan Academy videos. Sometimes she would play catchy Spanish music in the background. I secretly suspect that it wasn't to make the video more enjoyable, but to distract herself from the fact that she was teaching us potato brains, the same concept for the 5th time. All our teachers have helped us enormously. They chose this noble profession that is often taken for granted, so thank you, truly, for the time and care that you put into shaping our minds so that we could be ready to take these next steps. To all our parents, there are simply no words to express our gratitude for the opportunities you have given us. If it weren't for you, none of us would be standing here today. I'd like to also take a moment to say thank you to my self-proclaimed benevolent dictators. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done any of this without you. You taught me everything I know, from honesty to balance. In some very hard moments, you were there lifting me up, never once sparing an opportunity to teach me the realities of life. From teaching me Spanish, to the importance of spirituality, to pushing me on a plane bound for Kazakhstan, I have not one, but 2 Master Yodas showing me how to do or do not, because there is no try. I can't wait to attend your canonization of sainthood in Rome one day. Mom, Dad, Tomas, Santi, and Mariana, you guys are the best parts of my day, and I love you all so very much. There is no doubt that our high school years have been both strange and difficult, and I could probably spend all of my time talking about the obstacles we have all faced. Except I believe today is a day to celebrate those who have overcome those challenges, not the challenges themselves. Marissa, ladies and gentlemen, is essentially our class manager. I hope to one day replicate her patience and organization, because even when she told us 100 times the due date of an assignment or what we were supposed to be doing in class, we would all eventually forget and ask again. Andreas, you are the very definition of a class clown, and you never fail to say or do something that lightened the room. Fun fact, Andreas and I have never had a class without each other in it since we were 2 years old. Boy, has that been interesting. Although Cody is a relatively new addition to our class, it feels like he's been with us forever. The best time to catch him is when he's hyper due to having eaten an entire box of peat marshmallows by himself. Chantel, the Kardashians have nothing on you. I don't think I'll ever meet someone whose personality is as sparkly as her prom dress. Period, King. Actually, this next graduate deserves some recognition. I'd like to congratulate Devontae on earning the self-proclaimed title of Valedictorian of the guys. But in all seriousness, his perseverance, whether in the classroom or outside of it, is something to strive for. After today's graduation, I'd like everyone to go watch Nikel's music videos online. In a few years, I think I may be saying to people that I went to school with a hotshot music producer. Caroline, you are my fellow caffeine buddy. No one understands my love of coffee like you do. 2 words, Starbucks and Vienna. Tegan has always followed through on what he says he's going to do. Like in basketball, or the time that he lost our game of tag and had to accept his rather embarrassing punishment. Don't worry, Tegan, you're the man. You might all look at Javen and think, gosh, this guy definitely has the arm strength to knock me out. And you'd probably be right. So Jaden, thank you for never knocking me out, even when I almost gave you a heart attack several times a day. Michaela, thank you for always quietly backing up my arguments in global politics. I always knew that if I ever wanted to talk about real-world issues with anyone, I could go to you. To my fellow Cloud Appreciation Society member, Aviella, I hope to one day replicate your perspective on life. You see the beauty in everything, each flower, each sunset, and each person. We should all look at the world the way you do. Let me just say that this class is as close as family, in part because of Kier's efforts to get us all in one place. You worked incredibly hard to organize experiences for us that have resulted in some of our best memories. Drake, I'm not even gonna have to say bye to you. You can always count on Drake to put your problems in perspective, but just so everyone knows, he is desperately regretting his choice of school right now. But hey, if you need help in Spanish, I'll be right across the street. Jess, where do I even begin? You have been at my side for as long as I can remember. Hearing your loud and contagious laugh is more of a kickstart than my double espresso, and I will miss it dearly. When Janice walked into Ms. Raj's classroom on the first day of 5th grade, she was incredibly shy. Since then, however, I've had the pleasure to see her grow into a confident member of the class that works to empower young women of all ages. Walking into sophomore year, Bree was the very definition of the song, Cooler Than Me. But after the lizard incident, I decided that she was just as weird as the rest of us, and I loved having her here and not Texas. I'm gonna miss sitting and staring at Deja's artwork and wondering why I even joined art class to begin with. My stick figures are nothing to her Picasso. I have never met anyone on so many sports teams. We all know who I'm talking about. Adia, I have no idea how you did it all, but thank you for covering for me when I lost the ball at every soccer game. I was told to impart some sort of wisdom in this speech, but let's not kid ourselves, I'm far too young. What I can say is that our years in this school have prepared us to one day be wise. Wisdom will come with time and experience. Our education at Vimsia did not only take us into the intricacies of the English language, but the mechanics of global power. It also took us around the world, from our exchanges with other IB schools to the unique end sessions. The graduates on this stage today have not only seen the world, but they have been equipped to understand it. My parting message for you all today is this. Our job on this earth is to help the people around us grow. Some graduates on this stage have been with me since I was struggling to walk. Others when I was struggling with calculus. But all have helped shape me into the person I am today. People come and go in life. I would know.
but I found that the biggest gifts that keep believe are not the ones I can physically hold. They're the ones that make us realize something within ourselves. These gifts are direct